On this week's Butcher Block, we're making everyone's favorite wild game snack food, whole muscle venison jerky. We have a couple loins here, and the first thing that we need to do, we're just going to take our 6-inch boning and fillet knife here from our Butcher Light kit. We're just going to go ahead and remove these last little strips of silver skin off the back of this loin just to make sure that we've got a real nice clean piece of meat here to make our jerky strips out of. Now to slice our jerky, we're going to use one of my favorite and easiest to use jerky slicing units in the world, and that's this jerky board and knife set from High Mountain Seasoning. The plate actually has two different depths. On the back side, it's set a little bit deeper for slicing minute steaks, and then on the front side, it's set just perfect for slicing jerky. We're just going to take our loins here, and we'll lay it right in the middle of our jerky board. You have this board right here that actually helps to press the meat down tightly against the board, and we lay this knife just flat down on top of the jerky board. Keep it flat in the front and in the back, and it's very sharp, very thin bladed knife, and just run it back and forth just like that. Keep good pressure down on the board, and look at that. Just a perfect little strip of jerky every time. This is the simplest method for slicing jerky that I've ever seen. Now we'll finish slicing the rest of our loins down, and we'll be ready to season our product. Now that we have our loins completely sliced, we're ready to weigh our meat so we know exactly how much seasoning to add. We'll just take our meat here, we've placed it in a pan, and we'll put it right up here on top of our Weston scales. And we've got about 2 3/4 pounds of meat here. Now it's very important to get an accurate weight on the meat. That way you know exactly how much seasoning to add so you can have a quality, consistent product every time. High Mountain has the largest variety of jerky seasonings that you'll find anywhere. And today we're going to be using their sweet and spicy jerky seasoning. And a great way to accurately weigh and measure your seasonings is simply to place it into a measuring cup. Put all the seasoning in there, add all of our cure unit. Now we'll just stir and mix our seasonings and cure together. Now I know that my seasoning kit is blended for 15 pounds of meat. Now I have 250 milliliters of seasoning in my measuring cup, so I know that I need about 50 milliliters to season this 3-pound batch of jerky. Now we'll just evenly spread our seasoning across our jerky. We can flip it over so we get both sides. Try to get it as evenly distributed as you possibly can. All right, now we've added exactly 50 milliliters of seasoning to our 3 pounds of jerky meat. Now we can simply place this pan with our jerky meat in it in the refrigerator. Allow it to set for about 24 to 36 hours to let that marinade and that good High Mountain seasoning slowly penetrate into that meat. But what we're going to do is speed up the process a little bit. We're going to take our jerky strips and place them into a Weston vacuum bag, and we're going to add just a little bit of water to help blend those seasonings. Now, we don't have to worry about adding too much water because whatever water we add, our Bradley smoker will pull out when we place this product in the smokehouse. We're going to stir this up well just to make sure that we get the seasonings mixed good. Now that we have our jerky thoroughly blended, we're ready to vacuum seal. We'll just take our vacuum bag here. You can see that it's pulling all that air out of there, and what it's actually going to do is suck and pull that seasoning right through those meat fibers and give it a very even, smooth flavor and give you a perfectly seasoned jerky product. All right, now we'll just take our vacuum sealed jerky, we'll place it in the refrigerator, allow it to marinate overnight, then we'll be ready to load it on the racks and take it into the Bradley smoker. All right, well, we've really got the smoke rolling out of our Bradley smoker. We've taken our whole muscle jerky, we placed it on the racks, put it in the Bradley smoker. Now, we preheated the smoker and pre-smoked the smoke box. And the reason we pre-smoked that smoke box is just to get that smoke rolling inside that house. Now, we'll leave that in there at 150 degrees for about 2 hours. Then we'll increase the temperature to about 180 and finish drying the product. Remember, when you're smoking jerky, it's low and slow. You're drying the product. You're not baking it or cooking it like a roast. Remember, processing your own wild game animals can be fun, enjoyable, and very rewarding if you have the tools and the knowledge to do the job.